Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Graveyard Keeper. Um, OBS screwed me over again, so I'm doing this in post. So hang on for the ride. I'll try to annotate here and there where I can. And I just had a lot of exciting things to show you guys, and it's unfortunate that my audio wasn't picked up at all. So let's carry on, shall we? So we're going to take a look at what I've done under my cellar. I was able to unblock these pathways, and one of the pathways actually leads over here to this bush that's in the village. Y'all remember that? And then the other one doesn't really lead anywhere as of yet. It's blocked off for now. But I was able to unblock this path and this other path, so that's cool. And if we go down here, there's another blocked off path that I need to get to that will lead us to the cellar of the church, because if you'll remember, everything's interconnected for some reason. There's Jerry now. Say hi, Jerry. And move on. We're going to take a look at some stuff that I was able to do outside my house. In my yard, I had to do a whole lot of renovations with that just because everything was kind of in disarray. So it was kind of a pain in the ass. So I have this furnace now. I got an anvil. And I have a crafting desk, which I'll show you in a second. There's my sawhorse. I believe that's the stone, what I use for stonemasonry. And then there's my log splitter. But this right here, is my log storage. And when I destroyed that, that was the worst thing possible. It took me so long to build another one because I lacked the ability to craft wood beams. And I only had 2 when I built the last one. So yeah, it took a lot of material gathering and a lot of back and forth. Kind of glad I spared you guys that. And now I come down to my garden because I finally talked to the merchant and was able to get his permission to use the land to grow stuff. And I was able to grow all of these plants, get a little bit more revenue coming in from things other than the burial certificates. And yeah, I have a compost pile. I probably need to make another one because actually it turns out quite a bit of gardening turns out quite a bit of crop waste that you put into the compost pile, and then it gives you peat and maggots. The maggots you can use for fishing, I believe, and I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, I have gardening now under my arsenal, and I can sell my crops to that guy that didn't want to do business with me before. And down to the body prep area, I have successfully finished the other side of the body chute, so that's cool. Now the corpses have a nice fun ride to get safely down to the basement. Cellar? I'm not sure. I guess it's my cellar. So that's neat, and I need to unblock that wall that leads to the rest of the underground catacombs, I guess we'll call it. And now we get to the cemetery where I've dolled it up so nicely. It looks so pretty now. Well, as pretty as a yard full of corpses could be, but it looks a lot nicer now that I have new headstones. I was able to repair some of the ones that were already there. The church, I'm going to show you here in a minute, is now open and accessible, and I think I should be able to unlock the rest of the cemetery here. Now when I was able to unlock the church and was able to get the level of the cemetery up to a minimum of 5, I think it was. I have it up to 12, but that's neither here nor there. The bishop said that I had to perform a sermon every Sunday. I don't know. The symbols, I'm gonna guess, are just the different days of the week, and it's the Sunday since Sunday Mass or however. Um, and the sermons give me faith, and the faith is used for studying in the church cellar, and I'll show you that here when we go down the staircase. And you can use science and faith in order to study things. Try to wrap your head around that one. Here, now I'm able to send permission for getting a royal stamp to sell meat. I haven't been able to get there yet because I need to talk to Snake first and get the fake one. And I think it costs quite a bit of coins, silver coins, in order to get a real royal stamp from the royal services. But if you go here, you can do citizen, get exhumation permission slips because you need those to legally exhume corpses. And then there's also a couple of other perks that you can get here from the Royal Services box. And yeah, and unlock that as well. Just need quite a bit of coin to do some of the other things that I need. And when I was in the first in the church basement, I destroyed a couple of dilapidated bookshelves, got some ruined books that I can apparently extract paper from. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. And talking to the bishop gave me these story scrolls that I'm not sure how to use just yet. I think I need more faith and science in order to get the story out of them. So that's what these are. I got into a better habit of using the teleportation stone, so just not as much walking around aimlessly. And we're gonna go to the village real quick, do some stuff. And this is where I found the merchant and spoke to him about a business proposal. I need to get the hiccup grass for him still, but I'm not sure how to do that just yet. Because I've been able to upgrade my weapons, I was able to give a brand new iron axe to that guy that lives out here, outside of the edge of the village, so he could give me a lasagna recipe that I don't have all this stuff for yet, but we're getting there. And if we meander on our way this way, a little further to the corner of this other side of the village, you guys remember Corey when I was trying to find him? I found him. And he will handle all of my stone needs if need be. And you all remember the crazy old coot I found living out the outside edge of the village? Dig? We're gonna go talk to him because I was able to get 5 honeys that I needed to trade with him in order to get hemp seeds. So let's go talk to him and see what he got. At the time of me buying hemp seeds or seeds for the first time, I didn't realize that you needed 4 in order to actually plant them. And when I first bought the seeds from Dig, I didn't have the coin to buy more than that, so I was kind of bummed that I couldn't plant plants right away. When I finally got enough coin, I was able to purchase more, of course, and I was able to get that going. But yeah, you need a maximum of 4 seeds for at least no star crops in order to grow plants. I think you need more for higher grade, but I'm not sure what the limit is on that just yet. And if we go back down here below the wheat field and talk to our vegetable man, where I was able to purchase different types of seeds, carrots, cabbages, and beets, in order to give to the merchant, we can sell him our crops. even though he distinctly said that he wouldn't buy our produce, but he will. So we're going to sell him some of my excess crops because I don't have the inventory space to hold hundreds and hundreds of cabbages, beets, and carrots. Little bit of context on the donkey. When I became the prior or the proprietor of the church, I guess it made me like no longer on equal footing with the donkey. So to show his displeasure, we are no longer friends, according to him, and he decided to show his displeasure by leaving a present in front of me. I cleaned it up, got carrot seeds out of it at least, so that was nice. Guess what day it is, guys? Sermon day. Alright, let's do our first real sermon. The first one took place in front of the bishop, and it was just in front of him. That's when I got my first bit of faith and, the prayer orb thingy. No, it's definitely not weird to store human body parts in the cellar of a church. I don't know what you guys are thinking of. In my defense, there was a bit of blood in that chest when I first got here, so who's the weird one? Me or them? I will describe to you the first time that I talked to Snake. When I got down into the basement, he was standing there. He intimidated me. I intimidated him back. We had an epic showdown of mass proportions that the likes of no, this village has never seen and never will see again. Unfortunately, he was unable to recognize my valor as a warrior and refused to assist me any further until I proved myself worthy again in a rematch. That is not at all what happened. I need 5 faith in order to intimidate him, I guess, or impress him. So I need to do a few more sermons, get more faith, and then use that to impress him so he'll give me the stamp in order to sell meat. Remember when I had said that I had destroyed my log storage by accident? Well, because of that, I still needed materials for things, so I would cut down trees. So in random parts of the map, I have excess logs that I'm not able to store yet, and I don't really want to carry them from point A to point B. But now we're going to collect some river sand and go find some clay to do some other stuff that doesn't require logs. It was about here that I started to realize that I was very quickly running out of inventory space, and a lot of the organs from the corpses don't stack. Brains, the intestines, the only things that do are the bones, skulls, and blood, I think, and the fat maybe. But yeah, I was quickly running out of inventory space for those and my crops. So it took a little bit of finagling to try to get all of that allocated so I could get more space. Now, when I first met the lighthouse keeper, he offered to give me a fishing rod if I was to bring him 6 moths. Didn't explain how I could do that, said they only come out at night, and I went about my merry way. Well, I got a little impatient. Used some coin to buy my own fishing rod. I still don't know how to catch moths, though. I was trying to make another prep table because I had it in my head that I could store excess body parts there, but I think I read the description of said prep table incorrectly. But I do end up making something that is somewhat helpful, so I can increase my body storage capacity. Behold, the human skin armor. I know, it's gross. Since the donkey was demanding that I give him 5 carrots for every corpse, I decided I would build an entire carrot patch specifically for the donkey. So here I am trying to build said carrot patch. The dumb thing about the box that the donkey wants me to put his carrots in is that it needs 10 carrots. So I only brought 5. And later on, I decided that I was, I had it in my head that I was just going to put 10 carrots in the box just so I wouldn't have to keep putting in 5 carrots every single time for every day that he brings me a corpse. The game cut that part out for me and jumped ahead, so. I thought more seeds needed to be had in your inventory in order for you to plant them for higher grade produce, but the lentils are only bronze grade, and the onions that I planted in pumpkin seeds are silver. So I don't know if maybe just lentils are special since they're like a legume. Maybe they take more seeds to produce anything. Because I only have 6 at the moment in my current inventory, so, and that wasn't enough to plant, so maybe it's 8, twice as much. Who knows? Now that I've unlocked the pathway to get to the church directly from my cellar, I remember when I first unlocked the church that Jerry had mentioned something to me about there being someone or something locked in the cellar of the church and to never release him. But I've been down here and I only see bones. So I don't know if maybe it escaped or he escaped or maybe it just rotted to bones, whatever it was. My plan was to make another suit of armor that I could sell to the blacksmith, but you'll see. That doesn't exactly go as planned. Now we're gonna go talk to the Inquisitor and see if I can get permission from him to unlock the rest of the cemetery so I have more room to bury corpses. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's getting a little corpsey up in here. Gonna be honest, when I read Stone Garden, what I got was not at all what I was expecting. And this is where we're gonna cut this one. I decided I wasn't gonna wait another whole week to try to hold another sermon and get enough faith in order to impress Snake. So until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the audio issues again. I guess I just need to keep remembering that OBS doesn't just pick up my microphone because it's connected. All right, well, take care, guys. See ya when I see ya.